Have you ever experienced a God wink? You know, the kind of experience you know without a shadow of a doubt that God stepped in and gave you a big old wink from heaven. I'm your host, Cyndee Sparre, broadcasting from Office Evolution in Troy, Michigan. I am the founder of My Collective Network and My Christian Business Network, two amazing business networking organizations. I am a firm believer that there is power in sharing God wink stories. Think of it as a way for people to shine their light on Jesus, one wink at a time. In Matthew 5:14, it says, "You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden. Nor do people light a lamp and put it under a basket, but on a stand, and it gives light to all in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, so that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father who is in heaven." Hey guys, super excited to share with you how God really showed up and gave me a wink during my morning that I really just truly believe you guys will relate with. There was a morning that I had started my day off as I usually do with getting my boys off to school. And I realized after leaving, which I knew I was not going to be home, guys. I had appointments back to back that given day for work. And when I left home, I realized, oh my goodness, I left my cell phone at home. And come on, who out there can relate? You feel a little naked when you leave your device at home. And so I knew I didn't have enough time to turn back around. So I went along my way, and I even told the kids, like, kind of interesting how when you leave your cell phone, your navigation, your tool, your phone told you where to go to get from meeting to meeting, right? And so luckily I had a GPS navigation within my 2015 Jeep. Not the best one, guys, but I had something to get me to my next destination. And so I headed out to Anchor Bay Chamber meeting. And after that meeting, I get in the car, and once again, feeling a little naked, I would usually check for email, check for text messages or voicemails. I had nothing to distract me. So I get in the car, and as I'm heading out, the radio's on, lightly playing in the background, and I just started to talk to the Lord. And as I was talking with him, I was just sharing, I was thinking about my next appointment, and I wasn't really feeling settled in my spirit about what I knew the topic was going to be. The person I was meeting with, they had this great idea, and I just didn't have peace in my spirit about moving forward with this idea. And so as I'm sharing this with the Lord, I'm asking him to guide me. I'm like, Lord, let this meeting, this Zoom meeting, just fall through. Like, let the person not show up or whatever, Lord. Do your thing and show me if I should not move forward with this idea. And in the same manner, I'm still open to it, saying, Lord, if I'm supposed to do this, like, just guide me, because I want what you have, not what I try and draw up. So as I'm praying, I hear on the radio Cyndee Sparre. Now, you young ones may not know who I'm talking about right now, but I'm talking to my other people. Cyndee Sparre, the song Time After Time, right? So as I'm listening to it, it's almost like feeling that sense like God is speaking through the lyrics of the song. So I'm just going to, the basics of this song. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me time after time, right? That's just Jesus talking to me saying, Cyndee, if you're lost, you can look and you will find me, right? Time after time. And I just, man, if I could have been on my knees in my car while I was driving, I would have been. Because I was just thinking, God, you are so good. You know, it reminds me of, I think it was Dr. Seuss, like in the book where the kids, it's rainy and they're stuck inside and they got the fish in the fish bowl. And like the two kids are just like sitting at the window, right? And they're looking out on this rainy day. Sometimes I feel like that's Jesus looking out at us. And he's like, hey, when are you going to come? Come talk to me, right? I'm sitting, I'm waiting, I'm even speaking, but you don't hear me because you are too distracted by the shiny things. And when I say shiny things, you guys, my iPhone is my shiny thing. And so I just wanted to really just encourage you. Give yourself, you know what your shiny thing is. You know what your distractions are. It could be devices. It could be things you really enjoy doing that you're almost infatuated with, right? It could be sports. Go Lions. Sorry, I had to do it. But I'm just saying, like, if we've been talking about in church, if you've got something that is becoming your idol, is becoming your distraction and drawing you away from Jesus, you gotta put it away, right? Like, you've got to spend time with him so that you're calm enough and you can hear him speak to you. And so I just, as that was happening with me, and it's so funny as I tell my family, I told my husband and my kids, and I'm playing the Cyndee Lauper song, and they're like, my kids are like, who is this? And I'm like, no, guys. All I want you to do is just listen to the lyrics. And I'm going to ask you as listeners, if you have had times where God speaks to you through music, oh my gosh, comment on our Facebook community page, the God Wink. I want to hear what song and what it was that drew you in with those lyrics. Or maybe it's not music. Maybe it's in other ways you always notice when God's speaking to you through that. We want to hear about it because I think he is always trying to reach us in such unique and special ways. That it's exciting to know we got a dad that cares, right? Jesus is our dad. He's our husband. He's our all in all, and he truly does care about us. And if he's got to speak through a radio because Cyndee Sparre, she didn't open up her Bible that morning for him to speak to her through the Bible, then he's going to speak to her through Cyndee Lauper. That's true authenticity. But so, in summary, for those of you that are wondering what happened with the meeting and what direction did that go, as the time had approached for the Zoom meeting, I went to my calendar to find the Zoom link, and I noticed that there was not a Zoom meeting room link attached, nor was there any invitees on the calendar invite. So pretty much that was all I needed to know from God, that this strategy meeting was assigned to close the door. Thank you, Jesus. So it never ended up happening. I never got an email from the individual, never got a phone call from the individual. It was almost like God saying, it's okay to walk away. You know what? We should make that a hashtag or a tagline. It's okay to walk away. That's what I have for you today is just, I hope this encourages you to take time with the Lord, put the devices, the technology, the TV, the computers. Put it away and get into your prayer closet with the Lord and allow him to speak to you. That's it, guys, for today. Thank you for listening. And like I said, if something in here inspires you about what I've shared in my story, or if you know of somebody that needs to hear this message today, please share the podcast with them. Give them a little ounce of positivity to fill their day. That's it for today, you guys. May the Lord bless you and keep you. Have a wonderful day. I want to give a big thank you to Office Evolution Troy for providing their podcast studio for us this afternoon to record. If you have any questions or you would like to book your own time in their podcast studio, give them a call at 586-788-9966. If today's God Wink story really hit home with you, we would love to hear about it through the God Wink community on Facebook. If you know of someone that needs to hear today's God Wink story, show them some love and tag them on the God Wink podcast. You never know how a God Wink story might change their day around for the better. If you or someone you know has a God Wink story that the world needs to hear, we want to hear it. Simply click the link within the podcast notes to send in your God Wink story. Until next time, remember, God's got you. Wink, wink.